I see a red door and I wanna paint it blackberry.
We are off to go berry picking today with the help of Yulay.
It's a beautiful morning with the Barbershop Duet.
Hi, I'm Marcus Klinger with Klinger Vocal Studio.
And I'm Sarah Vincent with Sarah Vincent Virtual Pilates.
But on Wednesdays and Saturdays,
we are the Barbershop Duet.
Hey, y'all come on in. Thank you for finding our little barbershop. If you happen to be here during one of the live premieres on YouTube, why, come on in the live chat. Meet the Whiff Pack. Cool group of our friends hanging out from all over the world. They'd love to meet you too.
They would. And for our mention today, Marcus would like to talk about the bowls we've gotten from Yulay.
Y'all, these were our very first bowls at the very beginning of our wet shaving journey. These are the custom honeycomb resin bowls from Monica at Yulay. They start at only $24. They are absolutely indestructible, and they hold the soap in a death grip. They are awesome. In fact, we loved them so much that after a few months, we reached out to Monica and asked if she could make us two in barbershop colors. The very next morning, she sent us pictures of these beauties. Are not these amazing? Reach out to her, let her know what color combination you might like in your bowl, and let us know which ones you choose if you happen to pick one up, and if you like these as much as we do. And what is our soap today?
We have Blackberry Magnolia. Let's meet it.
All right, y'all, from the sales page at Yulay.com.
Blackberry Magnolia Shaving Soap. This refreshing fragrance is a blend of fresh, ripe blackberries, musk, fresh lime, amber, magnolias, and vanilla sandalwood.
There is a lot more going on here than just those two set notes on the
with
label.
Monica,
right,
you know.
Yo. Description of our shaving soap. Yulay makes a crope shaving soap. It's not a cream nor a hard puck. It's important to realize our soap is between soft and hard. And y'all, this base is tallow and emu oil. Come along with us when we open the box. Oh, all right, y'all. This is the last one from this box, and I am so happy to be adding another soap to our Yulay collection. We have it on good authority from the daughter of a Texan Shaves that this is an absolute banger of a scent. She has it in all kinds of different forms, soaps and lotions. We also have it on good authority that the EDPs from Yulay clock in at $14.99 as of July 2026. Is there a better bargain in the wet shaving world? Come along with us, y'all, for a first impression. Now, being from the California Bay Area, we are giant blackberry fans because you can often find them growing along the edges of our hiking trails at Tilden Park. And I like the Magnolia idea because my mom's favorite movie was called Steel Magnolias, based on a fabulous play and absolutely star-studded. Dolly Parton, Julia Roberts, I mean. My sister even named one of my nieces after one of the characters from Steel Magnolia. So I'm going to take a first impression here. Here we go. Oh, and by the way, if you are new to Yulay, these are not pours. These soaps are piped in. Look how beautiful that is. That's the level of care you get over at Yulay. All right, here we go. The shaken clam, taking it in. Y'all, the blackberry is sitting deep in the mix. It's there to be discovered. I have to part the branches of the blackberry bush and avoid the stickers to get to it. I love that because I was thinking this was going to be kind of a blackberry-centered thing that was going to reach out and grab my nose like blackberry can at the very beginning of the whiff. Oh, no. It sits in the middle of this fabulous balance. Oh, and once you find it and the tang of the blackberry bursts through, the magnolia is there to take the edge off. We do have magnolia trees too, but I don't think I've ever seen them absolutely next to each other like this. But I think we need to change that because this is a fabulous scent. Hold on. And for those of you who might be like me, who will only really reach for a floral scent about every 10 to 15 shaves, they're not my absolute favorite. It doesn't read floral. It reads something sugary, almost gourmandy, that's sitting underneath the blackberry. Oh, it's half being out on a hike in Tilden Park and half smelling Aunt Bee's blackberry pie cooling on the window in Mayberry, USA. I think you could get away with calling this a gourmand if you really needed to. Yeah, it doesn't go vanilla, but the way the musks are helping those two scents bind together is beautiful. And the sandalwood is giving them something a little bit creamy at the very bottom. Both kind of splitting the difference between a sandalwood outside and something creamy inside of that pie on the windowsill.
So it's not just the fresh blackberry. Something has happened to it,
No,
sounds
it's a
like.
little bit muddled.
Okay.
Something like that. And kind of how you would find it in nature.
Okay.
Because as you walk by a blackberry bush, you're not kind of hit with a blackberry scent until you kind of like lean down and start picking the berries themselves, getting the juice on your fingers. It's that. And this is crisp and clean and bright and a morning scent. The only other blackberry one in our collection is Muir Wood, because Muir is also French for blackberry from Barrister and Mann. That is a deep, danky, midnight kind of a blackberry. This is the absolute opposite, y'all. That tang is in the middle of this one. And y'all, two of the flowers that we do have whose scents greet you in the morning here in the Bay Area are magnolia and jasmine. And there is something almost about where those are coming together in the florals for this, which is also why it kind of screams morning to me, because as the sun hits those trees, their very first burst of scents meet you early in the morning. And that's the sense I'm getting from this. Ooh. And while this is about 25% floral, it's the way it's there to support the blackberry that keep this kind of in a masculine lane of things. I'd say it's about 60% masculine, 40% feminine in the scent notes. And while magnolia and blackberry can both be rather bossy scents, there is nothing bossy about this or pokey. It's a very gentle friend to have on your shoulder. And the blackberry almost has an edge of like something raisinous to my nose that gives it more intrigue than just the blackberry alone. And while it does light my brain up purple, there is something greeny inside of it too, somehow, to kind of represent the leaves of the blackberry bush.
I think it listed a lime, maybe?
Ah!
So maybe the peel
That's
lime?
what it is. It's that little burst of citrus. And again, nothing sour, no tang in that citrus. It's there just to pull against the blackberry a little bit and give you a sense of those lovely leaves on the blackberry bush. And again, adding to that morning sense of things, that bright little burst of citrus, like you're digging your nail into the peel of a lime or a bergamot. That kind of a thing. Y'all, Monica has thousands of perfuming ingredients at her disposal in her secret laboratory down in Sweeney, Texas. And these kind of scents are where she shines. It's almost like watching those jugglers down on Pier 39 that are juggling 12 rings, but they're all going to exactly the same height in some kind of perfect balance. That's what's going on with these notes. Okay, I'm figuring this out.
Yeah.
You've got the citrus for the leaves. You've got the blackberry for the blackberry. You've got the sandalwood to be the stick, the woody part of the blackberry bush. Okay. And then the magnolia tree is next to it, adding shade and a floral sweetness into this balance. I'm excited for you to get to know this.
Me too.
I think this is going to be one of your favorites.
Okay, let's see. Blackberry Magnolia. You're right. I don't know if I ever would have thought to put those next to each other, but clearly they're working.
Thank God we have artisans like Monica who know which paths we need to be taking into the forest.
Oh, my nose is getting the magnolia first. That's fun that you got the... Okay.
Well, of course I'm going to get the blackberry first.
But I like how the magnolia almost has like a peppery kind of thing going on. Like it does add a masculine side to the florals. Usually when you read or see floral, you immediately think more feminine. But oddly here, that white side of the floral adds like a different kind of masculine clean. Like it has like a peppery effervescency something. Like it does not just scream floral.
Right.
It really brings out the other textures right around it. For me, the blackberry is actually more in the background. I really have to get past the magnolia to get to it. I'm getting a sense around it of like the lime bright thing. Like I think that's adding the daytime, like start your day kind of a vibe. But I like how deep the blackberry actually pulls this scent, and like they really pull against each other. The magnolia adds this light, clean, airy side, that little peppery kind of thing at the top for me. But the blackberry really actually goes almost more black for me. We get a lot more blueberries, but having blackberry, there's almost like a wine kind of a thing that kicks in with blackberry for me. This doesn't go alcohol vibes or anything, but think of like a dark, deep red kind of wine, and somehow in the blackberry, it has a little of that texture for me.
Manischewitz.
And then right when you feel like you get your feet on the ground and you can sense the blackberry, the magnolia, the little lime kind of fun thing in the middle for me, which really helps it be like spring approaching summer. Then you get the other textures, like the lighter wood colors, like the musks that are in here. That's actually where it goes more masculine at the send-off for me. So I actually was not expecting this to be so much more of like a unisex scent, especially because Barry's daughter had hinted at getting it. I like being wrong, I have to say. But I like how much it's much more of a versatile, like crowd-pleasing scent than I was expecting.
Right. And yet there's intrigue to it. Like, I'm still not done whiffing it. I'm still really not done exploring its little nooks and crannies and all the secrets that it's hiding under the surface.
I honestly feel like this has a little bit of like a hotel lobby kind of a vibe for me. Like it's almost like you would sense something new at a destination you haven't been to before, and you want that scent memory to go with you. Somehow I feel like I'm in a new place, like having these come together, and I just want to be able to take it home.
Like the Ahwahnee Lodge at Yosemite. That was one of the inspirations for the hotel in Stanley Kubrick's The Shining. Look up the elevators. They look exactly like the ones where the blood gets off on the 8th floor. You know they built that hotel for The Shining? They didn't find it. They built it in an enormous soundstage. The lights were so hot they kept catching fire.
I really like the scent intensity with this one. Like I would put this at a 2.53. Like it, but it's where everything evens out. Like you're right. Like the mastering of the levels of everything, it makes it come off as a little bit more powerful than it is.
Right.
But I kind of think that adds the intrigue, like you were talking about. Like it makes you want to get your nose in there and figure it out.
Well, that's the genius of some recording engineers. Well, and perfumers, is some of those notes, depending on the instrument, are going to be naturally louder than the others. It's about creating that balance with your faders, and it's done brilliantly here.
There's just something that's super content about this. Like, I feel like you don't have many worries. Maybe there's a fresh open window breeze coming through. Like, there's just something calming about this. I don't know exactly how it's happening, but I feel like, you know, if you had a spring break or summer, like there's just that kind of content, fresh breeze that you have when you don't have to do all the adulting and you can just escape. And that's coming through with this in a very cool way.
And while this is definitively a summer scent for me, it's the kind you'd really want to crack open in the middle of winter when you're missing your sun-streaked, warm, sun-on-your-face morning hikes from June and July. There you go. Do you get the lime as lime? How are you getting the citrus?
I just get, it adds to the fresh breeze part for me. I'm not sure exactly where that's starting, but it's in there. And then I get the creamy part now that you were talking about. This doesn't go as gourmandy as I think you were getting. For me, this is more like taking me to an outdoor breeze, like you are actually at the plants and the trees going on. Right. But the creamy kind of send-off, I think that's the vanilla sandalwoody kind of thing or something. But that also kind of makes it be gently more masculine, like that natural cleans that they bring. Right. Just kind of have that gentle hug on the way out for me.
If you've seen the movie or the play, Steel Magnolias, it's more or less a true story. The guy that wrote it, and by the way, he wrote the play in 14 days on a retreat out into the mountains, and it probably smelled like this, had a sister named Shelby who passed of diabetes. And in the movie, he plays the Reverend at the wedding scene, and the doctors and nurses that take care of Shelby's character in the movie were the actual doctors and nurses that took care of his sister Shelby in real life. That and Shirley MacLaine is freaking hilarious in that movie. Anne Boleyn had 6 fingers.
What happened to the other 4?
She had 11 total. All right, y'all, well, come along with us for a hike. We're going to take a look at these scent notes and build you a Van Yulay lather. All right, y'all, back to the sales page at VanYulay.com. This refreshing fragrance is a blend of fresh, ripe blackberries. Yes, half for me. The other half are blackberries that have been baked into Aunt Bee's pie and are cooling on the windowsill. Do you get a little bit of that cooked, sugary blackberry gourmandy sense, or is that just my gut needing lunch?
You know, I do get a little bit of like a blackberry jelly kind of a thing. Like it's definitively blackberry, but it's not just straight off the plant. Like something else is starting to happen to it. Maybe you just bit into it, but it's not just in its whole little self.
And then musk. I'm not really getting like a clean laundry kind of white musk in here. I might be getting something a little darker. What kind of musk are you getting in there?
I don't know. I am getting something clean. I thought it was the soap base itself, but maybe it is more the musk is what I'm getting. Take another whiff. See what you think.
Yeah, hold on a second. Yeah, I get more like a fresh air Hedione kind of musk than I do like a clean cotton kind of musk in there. And then fresh lime. Beautiful, inviting, morning, citrusy, but subtle. I'm not getting really any tang or sourness from the citrus in here at all.
I get a little zestiness, but I don't think that sourness is attached to the blackberries. I think I do get something that's just green and fresh for me.
Right. And then amber. Well, we kind of missed this. There might be a little bit of a vanilla sense hiding underneath the surface in that.
Okay, so this is where it can almost approach gourmandy, but it doesn't quite get there. And it also kind of helps with the leaning towards the masculine side.
Right.
Without getting too floral. Like, I feel like the amber kind of puts a tamper on that.
You know, now that I read this, it is the amber that makes this genius. That is kind of the segue in between the florals and the fruity senses in this.
Because then next we have magnolias and vanilla sandalwood.
Ah, see? There are maybe
vanilla.
a couple layers of vanilla in this. That's why I'm getting the pie on the windowsill. 4 and 20 blackbirds.
Well, but it's just kind of like the color of the crust of the pie. Like, I
Right.
do see why that color is coming to mind for you.
And then one of your favorite notes, sandalwood, sitting at the bottom of this, making it a little bit creamy, a little bit woody for me, almost the stick, the wood part of the blackberry bush. Are you getting the sandalwood in this like I am?
Well, and I think that's why I was taking me towards like a hotel or a bed and breakfast. Like, I
Yeah.
am getting something woodsy that's part of the location, not like the specific wood of the magnolia tree. Somehow it is more like the location, the building.
Well, I'm so glad we shot this one today. All right, y'all. Why don't we use your pink and Tiffany blue
Okay.
Yulay bowl for this? I'm just going to scoop out a little of this soap with my bougie stick. And Sarah is going to gently place it into the loving arms of that honeycomb pattern inside the bowl. Now, the cool thing about these bowls, too, is that honeycomb pattern is also around the base. So it gives you a nice grip in case you might get a little bit of soap on your hands. You're still not going to lose the bowl. And even if you do, good luck breaking it. This is some of
Right.
the most solid resin I have ever seen in my life. And then by virtue of the lime that is hiding under the surface
Aha,
of this soap,
sneaky.
your Opus brush, Barbershop Duet, brush from Craig at Opus Brush. And how about a little summer rain from our bougie sprayer from Sean and Julie? And why don't you walk some of our newbie viewers through how you make your lather in this bowl.
So the water kind of got on the soap a little bit, but we're going to let it hang on the other side of the bowl, and we will take our dry brush over to the soapy side of the bowl. Go in one direction and the other direction, just trying to get it onto each of those little bristles here. And I like the honeycombs because it really does control how much soap is getting onto your bristles. And then you can turn the brush and do that same thing, going one direction, other direction, kind of digging in there, really trying to get that soap up onto each little bristle.
If you are using a particularly hard soap in these bowls and you're having a little bit of trouble getting it out when you go to clean it, fill it with hot water and that soap will jump right out of those grooves.
I do like using brushes with a little bit more backbone in these ones because it does help dig in there, but all brushes will work. And then you start adding a little more water into the mixing of things here. And these honeycombs really help aerate and kind of space out the soap, so it builds the ladder pretty quickly.
These were perfect choices for our very first wet shaving bowls. And start with just a tablespoon or two of water. You don't really want the lather overflowing your bowl.
All right, see what you think here.
See. Tallow and emu. Y'all, look at this lather. And y'all, we recently ported our interview with Monica from our Instagram live channel over here to YouTube. Check that out. She is one of the OGs of wet shaving artisans and has so much information to share. Oh, I know we never really talk about lather here at the Barbershop Duet, but look at that, y'all. And this is something you will only find here at the Barbershop Duet. This is the Rolling Stones Painted Black Whiff on 3, 1, 2. Almost even something honeyish.
I'm
in
with
the
you. Maybe
middle of
that's the
this.
amber thing.
Right, yeah.
It's a little more spread out over there.
Oh, indeed. I'm getting the lime a little bit more.
More of the
in this
woodsy,
balance.
musky kind of
This is
amber thing.
Pretty faithful to this, but somehow the intensity got turned up just a bit. We don't do shaving here on the Barbershop Duet, but we thought you might like to see what this lather looks like when it goes on to a moneymaker. Woo, would you like to try?
Yeah.
A little, I'm getting a little bit more of the tang from the blackberry
The
jumping
lime
out.
too, maybe?
Very nice.
I like how the blackberry kind of just stays in the background for me. It really doesn't start getting too loud so that the magnolia and all the stuff around it really have a place to be heard still.
Makes me want a home pie. Remember back in the day, children of the mid-'70s, when you could walk into a grocery store with $1 and come out with a dozen home pies? All right, y'all, well, come along with us. We're going to seek out a few more of those low-lying blackberry bushes and take this down a little bit deeper.
I like how this still holds its identity with having the blackberry and the magnolia. They're definitely in here, but they don't get overpowering,
Right.
if that makes sense. So it doesn't get too floral and it doesn't get too gourmandy. So like wherever the balance is, even in the lather and from here, it kind of stays throughout, which I'm enjoying because no one takes over the other. You can still smell everything as equally.
Y'all, this is quickly climbing up the ladder to be one of my favorite Yulay scents in our collection. I also love Atomic Rose. What a beautiful, faithful recreation of my grandmother's roses. Jack's is just about as perfect a Cracker Jack scent as you could possibly wish for. And wait till you see the soap itself. It looks like Cracker Jack. She used a popcorn and peanut silicone mold to make the soap. And then who could forget Resurrected?
Right.
A graveyard dirty barbershop. One of my absolute favorite barbershops. It was our first Halloween barbershop, I think, that we ever did.
I think I'm always going to pick Cola because that was our first episode that we really had fun with one of Vanulay's, and it just has great memories attached to it. But the newer Bahama Blitz one is kind of screaming my name for summer fun and like inner kid nostalgia. It just turns up something from those 90s kind of vibes. You just can't say no to that.
How Monica recreated the Baja Blast from Mountain Dew in a shave soap, I had no idea. And yet, here we are.
Yep.
Makes me want to go to Taco Bell every time I open it.
We know there's a lot on her website. I'm sure there's some that we're missing that are other people's favorites. So please tell us what your favorites are from Vanulay, because there's quite a plethora and there's different series and different categories.
Right.
So you never know what you're missing on that page. But I would love if you all have favorites to let us know which ones we're missing out on.
She's got over 200. Y'all steer us in some cool directions, would you please? So it's pretty simple, y'all. Just be Tom Skerritt using a pistol to try to scare all of the blackbirds out of his magnolia tree so that they don't poop all over his daughter's wedding reception. But just about the time he finds the crossbow set and the fireworks, he is gonna get his own. So head over to Vanulay.com where you'll find this and all kinds of other stuff I want. Well, I've had my shave, y'all, with Blackberry Magnolia, and I've gotten to know it a little bit. And you know what it is for me? You know how it's doing its magic? The tart tanginess in the heart of the blackberry is the core of this. Not the sweetness, not the gourmandy part, the spicy part of the blackberry. And then that is just soothed, offset by the Magnolia. It doesn't go all that floral for me. And the Vanulay base has become a classic in the wet shaving world. Easy to make, everything you need, nothing you don't. A fabulous, clean, comfortable shave and piped in with love from deep in the heart of Texas. Thank you, Vanulay. We'll be back soon. Hey, welcome to Messages.
So for our August giveaway, we wanted to give you a chance to get $25 to Adopted Acres.
That's right, y'all, and all you have to do to be eligible for this giveaway is send us an email here to we sent you at thebarbershopduet.com so that we can get back to you. It's the only way we communicate about our giveaways, and then check back here on our first September episode to see if you are our lucky winner.
Best of luck!
Oh, and I'm just reminded because I can hear Gorguts in our live chat talking about the desert rose and the Wild West scents from Vanulay. Also another fabulous area to explore on her website. And y'all, as a perfumer, there's very little she can't do. Her most recent Lost Cherries soap was such a faithful homage to Lost Cherry from Tom Ford. It's one of the best in our collection.
I'm excited to see what we can get from her next because we have the summer fun category. Sometimes we can just go seasonal and then maybe kind of do a little thing following that as the year goes.
And at only $25 a pop, I'm thinking of ordering a new custom resin honeycomb bowl, maybe with some Halloween colors for our upcoming Halloween episodes.
Yeah, we need some more for the spooky season, y'all. Let us know what we should get. Don't forget your next appointment with the Barbershop Duet.
You'll smell better just watching this.